hive cluster is under attack.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Heaven923@handmail.net. Huh. I wonder if that email address is still active. This is a 2004 WCG game, as you can tell by this. With Day 9 and XellOs. So top side here on Gorky Island is going to be Day 9. You know him, you love him, and if you don't, man, just watch his, let's see, what was it? My Love for StarCraft video. Day 9 TV number 100. I watch that every once in a while, and it is still great. Bottom right, we got ourselves a brown Terran player, XellOs. So 3:48 p.m. here for Day 9. Definitely spamming at this stage of the game. XellOs around 200 himself. No slouch. And this is an island map. Back when competitive StarCraft had island maps in them. Early days, man. Early days, they were like, yeah, sure, island map StarCraft is totally cool for competitive game or situations where people are trying to win money. Does that happen anymore? No, absolutely not. So this is Gorky Island. What the heck is this place? There's a center base you can take, and it's not so much an, I guess it is an island map. Like, this is an island, but your natural base, you have to lift up and get here. So that totally sucks. Like, this is not a good map for Zerg players at all. To get your second base up, you have to get to a lair. You got to research transport for overlords. You got to get a drone, drop it in here, and then you can expand. Your second base is going to be super late. Whereas Terran can just build a second command center, lift it up, and land it here. It's so much faster. This is terrible. This is terrible balance. Who made this map? Who led it into WCG 2004? It was people that didn't know any better as who. StarCraft was like 5, 6 years old at this point. It was a baby game. People didn't know anything about it, really. But this is where we are. So I had somebody request a Day 9 game for me, and I was able to dig one out of the deep recesses and archives of my, 4,000 replays that I've got in my replay folder. It's a lot. Anyway, point is, I'm excited. I love Day 9. I just love him so much. I really wish he hadn't left StarCraft. Again, just to let you know who he is. He's a guy that was involved. He and his brother, Tasteless, were involved in StarCraft at the beginning. They bought StarCraft early. They played against each other. They played on Battle.net. There were some of the first pro gamers from the NA to get involved in StarCraft, and they were, going to WCG 2004 events, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. Day 9 won the Pan American Championship, I think, in 04. Maybe it was this year for him. So he was the best player, maybe the best player in the Western Hemisphere, which, what does that say? I don't know. But he was still excellent. And then he started a series. He's one of the first people to ever start doing YouTube before YouTube, right? Justin TV live streams of StarCraft content, right? Getting replays, because replays came around in 01. Getting replays, commentating on them, discussing strategy, discussing what new cool stuff players are coming up with in those days. He was on Blip.tv for a while. Then he ended up moving to Twitch. And then eventually, I don't know, I think he just kind of got tired of StarCraft after 20 years of it and just went into other things. But I don't know. I love him. I mean, back in the day when he was putting out Day 9 dailies, like, he would daily do a stream for us. And maybe that contributed to him burning out, but yeah, I still go back and watch some of those because his enthusiasm for StarCraft, it was one of the reasons that got me into this. It really is. Anywho, see, look, second base for the Terran at 3 minutes. And the Zerg player's like, please, for the love of all that is holy. Actually, no. He's not interested in getting a second base. I don't know about this, man. Spire coming in, second hatch coming in the main. That's all we're doing. And nobody's scouted anybody quite yet. Actually, no, I lied. Terry, the Overlord, has done his job, and he's scouting the Terran player. Get your Terry shirts. FalconPaladin.store. Terry mugs. It's super awesome stuff. Terry is adorable. Terry is beloved by all. Terry says, that's right, Terry. This is you in 2004. That was a long time ago, man. That's almost 20 years ago now is 2004. I gotta feel old for a minute. Hold on. Okay, feeling old time has passed. Terry's like, well, nothing's shooting me. We'll just get a perfect scout off here. Let's see. 2 starport. Oh, interesting. And factory engineering bay for turrets for defense. But 2 port. Wraiths, Valkyries probably. I love that. And the Spire's going to finish here from day 9. He's a little, I don't know. Spires take forever to build. I'm going to say it's going to be done before the starports. And actually, it's very close. So Spire finishes, starport finishes. Okay, so yeah, just neck and neck. Photo finish there for sure. Anyway, this is going to be a Patreon game too, for those of you who support me on patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thanks for the support out there. I do appreciate it. And you're going to watch this the week of February the 1st, which is kind of fun. And if you're watching this, I don't know, in like late February or possibly even March, you're on YouTube. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. I'm here 6 times a week with Brood War content, all right? And sometimes it's new stuff. New stuff from players like Soma and Piano and Snow. And sometimes it's old stuff from players like Day 9 and XellOs from forever ago. And it's remastered, right? I don't think anyone's ever cast this in the remastered client, which is neat. But yeah, patreon.com/FalconPaladin. Handful of Mutalisks out here too. Yep, Terry, good job, Scout. He's gonna die. No, save him, Scourge. Save him from death. One of the Wraiths dies. Excellent. But Terry's gonna die anyway because not enough Scourge to take down the second Wraith. As these Mutos are spending their time trying to take down that barracks. Day 9 is supply blocked, unfortunately, after losing Terry. These guys are running. They're like, please. Actually, this guy's running. This guy's like, well, I don't know. If Cloaked Wraiths show up, I need detection. Is he getting Overlord speed? No, but he did finally research Overlord transport. He's taking second base at 6 minutes. See, this sucks. 2 base Terran versus a 1 base Zerg. What is the Zerg even supposed to do? If Day 9 wins this thing, I'm going to be utterly impressed by this. Like, so stupidly impressed. Because this doesn't make any sense by the laws of StarCraft and man. Well, we're going to try to take down a missile turret. Ah! Wraiths and multiple missile turrets. Quick. Snipe. Oh, then Cloak pops in. No, that wasn't Cloak. What happened? It looked like that Wraith cloaked, but it's not done. Never mind. No Cloak. Just ran away to missile turret support town, which is here. Population Wraiths. Ow. 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 That's right. Take those hits. Wraiths have more of a range, but there's a delay in their attack, so the Mutas are closing the gap here a little bit. He's buying time, right? He's buying time to get a second hatch up, which is cool stuff. He's making more Mutas. He's getting now faster Overlord movement, pneumatized Carapace. Just Wraith balls. Wraith awaiting launch orders here from our guy XellOs, getting a 3rd starport, getting a 4th starport. That's why island maps are fun, because you get Sky Terran. When do you ever get Sky Terran in today's StarCraft? Never. Honestly, never. I can't think of a game that I've cast that is from like 2018 or sooner that has Sky Terran in it. Can't. I'm sure it's happened, but ridiculous. So 50 to 49 total supply here. Day 9 is up. He's got fewer workers than the Terran does, but he can do a good job catching up. Got our first Valkyrie in production here. The Valkyrie prepared. And in general, oh, sniping the Overlord would make this go a lot easier, and it did. Okay, well, actually, another Overlord comes in, so never mind. Wraiths are actually dying here. I like it. Okay, so Day 9 supply blocked. Another Overlord pops, so he's not supply blocked, but he's almost supply blocked. Now he is supply blocked because he made a couple drones. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough sledding here against this Sky Terraning stuff, but if you can... getting enough Mutalisks up, maybe give him an Air Carapace upgrade, but he doesn't seem to be interested in doing that here today. Mm, 38 to 31 workers. This second base has just been established for so much longer for the Terran. And that's just, it's how the map is. You cannot get your expansion faster than a Terran on this map. It's impossible if you're Zerg. And Protoss, honestly. Protoss has to go Gateway, Cybercore, Robo, Shuttle, and then lift a probe up there and do it. I still think that's a little bit faster than having to get up to Lair and research transport. Maybe not. Somebody timed that. Oh, Valkyries! Ah, so pretty. I love the blue. I do love the blue of the Valkyries quite a bit. It takes me back to the time when Brood War was new and fancy. And one of the fanciest things was this new blue effect they came up with for Valkyries and for Charon Boost for Goliaths. I was like, oh, some graphic designer got paid to do that. They were like, we need something visually splashy. for the new generation of StarCraft fans. Actually, it's the same generation because StarCraft came out in March of 98 and Brood War came out in like October of 98. So same year, same generation. Oh, okay. Double expanding. Day 9. I like it. I like it a lot. He's going for the double expand. If you can hold on here for the next couple minutes, kind of stabilize, he can do this. It's 74 to 74 supply. Still, XellOs has the better economy, more workers. We should do a bit of a transfer from the main base up to this natural base, but his attention seems to be elsewhere at the moment. Air weapons level 1's getting researched. And for the Zerg, working on that Carapace upgrade. Okay. All right. So, XellOs. Okay, Overlord scouts. We got to move out kind of here. Or we are. We're starting to cruise. Maybe trying to take an angle to where Day 9's not going to scout it, but he's got Overlords everywhere, man. He's covering all of the angles, but unfortunately, by covering the angles, the Overlords are giving themselves up to die. So it's tough. Day 9's making a bunch of Scourge, 2 Scourge at a time, 3 pairs. Coming in right now, another Mutalisk. He just needs more gas. If you're Sky Zerging like this, you just need all the gas you could possibly get, which is why he's expanded. There you go. He's got a 3rd and a 4th base right now. This is great. Scourge trying to flank in there. I don't know if those connected. I really don't. Mutalisks alone. Okay. Scourge. It's so hard to tell if they're getting hits. Valkyries haven't taken any damage at all, so not on those ladies, no. Ooh, he means business. He means all of the business. All right, here goes nothing. Cloak the race. The Mutas are coming in from all different angles to try to avoid the Valkyrie splash. The Valkyries are not dying. Nothing died. And D9 GG's. Oh. Man, that all came down to those Scourge hits. And maybe the fact that Day 9 didn't have the economy he needed to really keep up with the Terran. But as far as engagements go, as far as things that Day 9 had absolute control over, it was the Scourge hits, where he killed, I think one of the Valkyries died, right? Because there were 8, and now there are only 7. Yeah, and that Wraith Ball too. I mean, and we gotta rewind a little bit and check the count, because I don't think much of it died at all. So that's 9 Wraiths and 8 Valkyries. Yeah, okay. Yep. So he lost a Valkyrie and a Wraith during this final engagement, which is just like, woo, Stim and Barracks on the way here too. XellOs has a follow-up of going for like Marines and stuff. But yeah, so one of the Valkyries dies because it gets target fired, and 2 of the Wraiths go down. But that's it. And I don't know, what do you do differently there? Maybe you go Hydras, right? Like maybe you go Mass Hydra, because that makes the Valkyries pretty useless. And the Wraiths die too. And then maybe you go for a drop, right? You bring a bunch of Scourge so that it could chase away this ball so your Overlords can make it here. Because if you don't have anything to scare the Sky Terran away, all the Overlords die, like at this point. Maybe Hydras would be a different strategy there. I don't know. Yeah, he tried to go for some Scourge flanks here. I don't think he got many. And some Scourge flanks here. I don't know that he got many. It might have been better for him to keep the Scourge back home for that last engagement. Maybe with another 10, 12, 14 Scourge. Plus with what the Mutalisks were doing, it could have been enough to wipe that Sky Tyrant army out. Or at least just kill the Wraiths. I don't know, though. If you don't kill the Valkyries, you get supply blocked into next week. So just because they can't attack buildings doesn't mean they're not useful here. Yeah. So I don't know. Terran fans rejoice. You got a nice win here and a map that kind of favors Terran. So it's kind of a subdued victory, I would say. I don't know if that's fair, but it's how I feel about it. Anyway, that was great. That was fun. Kind of a shorter game there, but I did kind of want to get a Day 9 game for the Patreon game this week. From 2004, man, 19 years ago. Doesn't seem that long ago, at least to me, but to Gen Zs, might have been a lifetime ago. XellOs had a plan. He executed it. He dodged the Scourge. target fired, and let the splash do the rest. Excellent. Fun game for sure. So 46,000 points there from XellOs, 34 from Day 9. The Day 9 outproduced XellOs. A lot of that is Scourge, though, which are 2-for-1 and pretty cheap. But the kill-death ratio of 40-7 is just, you're not going to win a game when that's the kill-death KD, yo. And resources here. XellOs outspent the Zerg. Just, you can't. In a 12-minute game, you outspend the Zerg player. What are they supposed to do? It's tough. Like I said, it's a combination of just some tough engagements not going Day 9's way, combined with the fact that the Terran got a second base up 3 to 4 minutes before the Zerg player did. And the Zerg player, it's not like, oh, or they were just Ling pressuring. Nope! They sure can't do that on this map. It's an islandy map. Yeah, Gorky Island. So if anybody's ever wondered why on earth we never see island maps in professional games in 2023, this is why. Games like this, everybody remembers this. Anyone who's been around long enough remembers this and says they're bad. We don't know how to balance them. We don't know how to make it suck for Zerg. I mean, not suck for Zerg, so nope, no island games. I actually had an island TVT the other day, so if you're interested in island maps and mirror matchups with TVTs, I guess, check it out. If you ask me, I'll give you a link to it directly in a comment. Well, I'll respond to your comment asking for it, because that's what I do, is I read every comment anyone ever makes on my channel. I'm not big enough to where I can't do that. I know people don't believe me, but it's true. So yeah, check it out. Check out that game, and that's going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered and WCG 2004. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. And you take care of yourself.